Hello guys, thank you for clicking on this video. Today I'm going to go over network topologies, and the first one I'm going to talk about is a bus topology. So bus topology, as you can see on the screen, basically a bus topology is a network type in which every computer and network device is connected to a single cable. This cable is used to transmit data from one end to another in a single direction. There is no bidirectional feature. It only has two endpoints, and that's the reason why it's called linear bus topology. Uh, as you can see here, you have one cable here. All these computers are connected to it, and whenever someone sends data over, it gets transmitted using the passes through the single line and goes to the relevant computer. So some of the features of this bus topology is it transmits data only in one direction. Every device is connected using a single cable, which I went over just now. Some advantages of a bus topology is it is cost effective. Cable required is least compared to other network topologies, so you don't need a lot of cabling for this, so it saves money on cabling and stuff. It's commonly used in small networks. It's easy to understand, easy to expand during two cables together. Some of the disadvantages of a bus topology is if cable fails, the whole network goes down. Saying, if you have a bus topology in place and the cable fails or breaks, whatever happens, stops working, the whole network will fail. If network traffic is heavy or nodes are more, the performance of or there are a lot of nodes on the network, more performance of the network decreases, so it will affect the performance of the network. So the data transfer rate will be slow, because of the network traffic. And cable has a limited length on this, so you won't find, like I mentioned, you don't need a lot of cabling, and that's one of the disadvantages as well. The length of the cable is short, so you can only stretch it so far and have so many computers connected to it in this type of topology. It's slower than a ring topology. Okay, so okay, yes, so let's move on to another one. I'm going to talk about, it's called a ring topology. Okay, so ring topology, it forms a ring which connects devices together, and it exactly has two neighboring devices. So that means is it forms like a ring, like as you can see in this picture over here, and the computers are connected to each other, with the last one connected to the first one, and each computer or each device has two neighboring devices, as you can see. So some of the features of a ring topology is a number of repeaters are used for ring topology with large number of nodes, because if someone wants to send some data to the last node in the ring topology with, let's say, 100 nodes, then the data will have to pass through 99 nodes to reach the 100th node. Hence, to prevent data loss, repeaters are used in the network. The transmission is unidirectional, but it can be made bidirectional by having two connections between each network node. That is called dual ring topology. A dual ring topology has two ring networks. Basically has two ring networks that are formed. Data flows in opposite directions. Okay, and if one ring fails, the second ring can act as a backup to keep the network up and running. That's what it's meant by dual ring topology. So two ring networks are formed, okay, and data flows in the opposite direction in them. If one fails, the other one is like a backup and it takes over the job of the first network. Data is transferred in a sequential manner, that is, bit by bit. Data transmitted has to pass through each node of the network till the destination node. So those are some of the features of a ring topology. Okay, so let's talk about some of the advantages. The possibility of collision is minimum in this type of topology, and it's cheap to install and expand. Okay. Um, some of the disadvantages of a ring topology is, oh, sorry, y'all. Troubleshooting is difficult in a ring topology. You know, um, adding or deleting the computers disturbs the network activity. Failure of one computer disturbs the whole network. So if one computer goes down, that will disturb or, have an effect on the rest of the network. So those are some of the disadvantages of a ring topology. So okay. So now let's move on to the next one, and I'm going to talk about mesh topology. So mesh topology, each device is connected to every other device on the network through a dedicated point-to-point link. So, like the link only carries data for the two connected devices only. Let's say if you had, hold on, let me just check. Sorry, yeah. Okay, so let's start all over again. Let's start from the beginning. So, mesh topology is an intricate and elaborated structure of point-to-point connections where the nodes are interconnected. So in a mesh topology, it can be full or partial mesh. Partial mesh topologies are mostly interconnected with a few nodes with only 2 or 3 connections, while full mesh topologies are fully interconnected. Okay, so it has as you can see from the picture, it has a web-like structure, which offers two different methods of data transmission: routing, I hope I've pronounced that right, and flooding. When data is routed, the nodes use logic to determine the shortest distance from the source to destination. So that means is the nodes will see, okay, what's the shortest distance we can use or route we can use to deliver these data packets of data to whatever computer. And when data is flooded, the information is sent all the nodes within the network without the need for routing logic. So data in that instance, through if data is transmitted due to flooding, it will just flood the entire network with data, without using any logic. So all the computers will get the same data packets delivered to them. Some of the advantages of a mesh topology are that they are robust. No, these are some of the features actually. Fully connected, robust, and not flexible. Advantages are each connection can carry its own data load. It is robust. Fault is diagnosed easily, provides security and privacy. Disadvantages of a mesh topology is installation and configuration is difficult. Cabling costs a lot more. Bulk wiring is required, because you're connecting a lot of computers together. Hello there, guys. Yeah, so let's continue. Okay, so hold on, just check something. Okay, probably see on your screen. Now we're going to talk about star topology. You know, this is one of the most common, most used quite a lot. So in star topology, hold on, just each device in the network is connected to a central device called a hub. Unlike mesh topology, star topology doesn't allow direct communication between devices. A device must have to communicate through a hub. If one device wants to send data to another device, it has to first send the data to a hub, then the hub transmits the data to the designated device. And nowadays, okay, so devices can be, additionally, you can add devices to the hub, okay, your existing hub. Oh, sorry, yeah, star topology, you can add devices to it. It can be removed, modified without taking the entire network offline. On the physical side of things, the structure of the star topology uses relatively little cabling to fully connect the network, which allows for both straightforward setup and management over time as the network expands or contracts. This is one of the simplest network topologies to apply, to implement, and its design makes it very easier for network administrators to administer to, because it's easy to identify where errors or performance issues are occurring, on this network, on this topology. So let's look at some of the advantages of this. So fast performance with few nodes and low network traffic. Hub can be upgraded easily, easy to troubleshoot, easy to set up and modify. Only that node is affected when which has failed. Rest of the nodes can work smoothly. Disadvantages of a star topology is cost of installation is high, expensive to use. If the hub fails, then the whole network is stopped because of all the nodes depend on the hub. Performance is based on the hub, that is, it depends on its capacity. So the last topology that I'm going to talk about, it's called hybrid topology. So hybrid topology it can be a combination of two or more topologies. Therefore, it's known as. So talking about hold on. Yes, so hybrid topology. Basically, it's a combination of. It could be an example. Star and mesh topology is known as a hybrid topology. You can put two or more topologies together, and that is what's known as a hybrid topology. Some of the advantages of a hybrid topology is you can choose the topology based on the requirement. For example, scalability. If that is of a concern to you, then you can use a star topology instead of a bus topology. Scalable, as we can further connect more other computer networks with existing networks with different topologies. So that's one of the advantages of hybrid. You can scale it up if you wanted to. You can join different topologies, if you wanted to connect to the computer networks. Disadvantages of a hybrid topology is fault detection is difficult, installation is difficult, and design is complex, and maintenance is high. So those were some of the main topologies that are used quite frequently. So I just wanted to go over them. Thank you for listening, and don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And again, thank you for clicking on my video and watching. I'll be back soon with another bunch of videos about computer networking. Thank you. Bye.